The Gen Z mental health crisis. Yo, Gen Z, are we cooked, bro? Like what's going on, bro? It can't be this bad. Like, it can't be this bad, bro. Come on. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, a lot of people, a lot of like our generation is like they are unemployed and shit. So like, without having a job that you enjoy, it's kind of like you feel like you have no purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's always something with Gen Z, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro, but I feel like things will get better. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on.
Playing competitive Overwatch, I encounter a lot of people who are mentally ill. But on a more serious note, I think that it's no secret that mental health awareness has been something at the forefront of the Gen Z experience for some time now. Whether it was
Right.
anti-bullying campaigns at school, or maybe your own personal experience, our generation is a lot more comfortable sharing their struggles with depression, anxiety, and their overall mental health. And it's caused us to develop this reputation of being an overly sensitive, weak generation, with many older people believing we're too soft. But I don't really
Gang. It'd be the same generation that be like that literally got handed like all the wealth from the peak of the fucking empire of the United States of America.
think
Like,
that's
what are
the
we
case.
talking about, bro?
I do think we're probably the first generation with the vocabulary and background to actually talk about our mental health seriously. The problem is, there is still a heavy stigma around mental health, not just from older people, but among our generation too. I think because the conversation has become so mainstream, things like depression and anxiety have lost a bit of their meaning. And some people find it trendy to diagnose themselves with a condition in order to feel like they're a part of something. But to be fair, I do think you can experience depression, anxiety, and other things without having to be clinically diagnosed. Everyone experiences these things. That's just a part of being human. I think we all know what it feels like to be tired, but not the kind of tired sleep can really fix. But things like depression and anxiety can show up in a lot of different ways. And while I think it's more common for young people to talk about their mental health, many of us still aren't really sure what to do about it. So sadly, many people are still struggling all by themselves. Mental health itself is an umbrella term. You can talk about it broadly very easily. You can even make jokes about it. But when faced with the reality of what it looks like to fight that battle, that's where the stigma still remains. It's not something many people are proud to talk about, because a lot of the same people who claim to care about your mental health are the same ones who judge you when they see you actually struggling. But you know what I won't judge you for? Checking out Zenless Zone
What
Zero.
the fuck?
Oh,
come on, bro.
For sponsoring this video.
This video is not
Something I've
sponsored.
said before is that a lot of Gen Z feels like they're running out of time, or worse.
Oh my gosh, bro. I feel like the pressure from like the media being like, oh, you gotta be a hard worker, all these things if you ever wanna, be successful in life. Even though the system is designed to keep you at the bottom, regardless of how hard you work. And that's kind of what's creating pushing the mental health issues in our generation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, imagine putting all those years in college and then getting out, and then you're like, damn, like, I can't even do the job I want to do because nobody is willing to hire me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that it's already too late for them. With the oldest of Gen Z turning 29 this year, many people feel like they missed out on life already. The economy is really bad for young people right now, and opportunities are few and far between. Young people feel stuck.
Yo, boomers, give it up, bro. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing, bro. Y'all niggas are retarded, bro. Just give it up, bro.
Like their lives are heading nowhere. Even many therapists are saying that their clients don't even need therapy. They need money. Like a smooth 10K would probably fix like 90% of your problems right now.
I'm not gonna lie,
Came out that showed that
100%, bro.
American young adults are still living with their parents, even more than during the Great Depression. And while there's nothing wrong with living with your parents, I think we all know that living at home can also have some consequences.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Living out your home with your parents, you bring a girl over, you know what I'm saying? you bring a girl over, or your man's come over. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, mom, no, mom coming. Put your clothes on. Let me stop, bro.
Consequences for your mental health too. If you're
gratefully, I am a part of that 50% where I do live on my own. But let's be honest, if I were to go back, it would have been better if I was staying with my parents. And that goes for anybody out there. If you feel sad that you are living with your parents still, don't feel sad. I actually think that's better than having to pay rent, electricity. I mean, you still probably got to pay rent with your parents. You probably got to get some job, right? You know what I mean? If you have one. I don't know, bro. It's just sad times we're living right now, bro. And what makes it worse is when you have those parents that are like out of touch, and so they're like treating you like a baby and shit like that. It's like, bro, like I'm trying to hire, but it's just not working. You know what I
Gen
mean?
Z, your parents are probably Gen X. They're a lot more open-minded than
Right.
boomers, but many of them can be pretty stuck in their ways too. Parents these
Right.
days are much more aware of our mental health struggles, and I think they do try in their own way to be supportive, but they can be pretty out of touch when it comes to actually dealing with it. I'm
Yeah.
sure nearly all
My dad, bro. I mean, my dad, like he basically explained to me that like like our like Gen Z, like he's talking about like Gen Zers, and me and my dad was having this conversation, because I'm Gen Z, and my dad pretty much said that like we basically failed y'all, gang. Like all this political bullshit, all this economy bullshit, like we failed y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We allowed ourselves to get distracted. Like we failed y'all. That's basically what he told me, bro. I'm not saying he failed as a parent. I'm not saying no shit like that. But I'm just saying like society failed you because we allowed society to fail you. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like, we voted for the wrong people. We allowed ourselves for allowed all this bullshit going on. Like we failed you. You know what I'm saying? Gen boomers, Gen X, millennials, we're fucked, gang. Not gonna lie.
of us have an experience where your parents told you that you can talk to them, but when you tried, the conversation rarely ever made you feel heard. A lot of older people have an attitude that your mental state is a result of you being influenced by something. Like there's someone just putting thoughts in your head. So if you just get rid of those thoughts, everything will be okay. They genuinely think this
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
is
right.
helpful, but we know that it's often not. And instead, often makes you feel even more alone. Or worse, they turn your struggle into something that's your fault. You're not depressed, you're just ungrateful, or lazy, or entitled. Some people think that I don't speak enough about men's mental health on this channel, and I'm not a therapist, so that's
Man, bruh. There's a lot of men. There's a lot of Gen Z men out there. A lot of men in general. But this video is about Gen Z and shit. Bro, we giving up, bro. We can't be giving up, bro. We can't be nihilistic, bro. We had to, if you're gonna be angry and you're gonna put your anger towards something, put it towards the people that help push the system going. Get mad at the politicians, gang. Vote for the right people. You know what I'm saying? Vote for the people who want to give you free health care, free, college, free education. Make your life better. Better infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because like we can't like be like the boomer generation where we're like, oh, we gotta hoard all the wealth for ourselves. No, we need to make lives for every generation ahead of us better than the last one, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just give up, bro. I get it though. A lot of people are giving up, but we have to. I'm not saying get up and work and go to your job, and I'm just saying just try to be more optimistic. You know what I'm saying? The best that you can. You know what I mean? Yes, things are dog shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just be a little bit optimistic. You know what I mean? And if you could do something to better your surroundings, do it, bro.
never really been my goal. But things like this is what makes it especially hard for young men to talk to our fathers about this kind of stuff. When older men still have the idea that masculinity is about being tough and emotionless, trying to have a vulnerable moment with your dad is very difficult. So for many guys, you're left without validation or guidance when facing these problems. I've been there too. Many young men are silently hurting. And sometimes people ask, why don't men just talk about their problems? But when you're raised in a culture that tells you crying is weak and any pain you should
Crying is not weak.
just suck it up, it's hard to unlearn those behaviors, even as an adult. It's even worse when men do finally open up, but then are met with hostility for doing so. Sure, men created this environment for ourselves, but we're also victims of it too. And I think Gen Z men are among the first to begin understanding that we aren't stoic, logical robots, and are instead humans
We're not slaves to the fucking system, gang.
with feelings who also need validation and reassurance. Your family, the people who raised you and should understand you best, sometimes can be the people who make you feel the smallest, whether they mean to or not. Hey, came as soon as I could. You okay? Yeah, I just needed to get out of the house for a bit. My parents are driving me crazy. What happened this time? Well, my mom was on me about being in my room so much lately. I wanted to know what was going on with me. Okay. I told her I didn't really want to talk about it, but she insisted I could tell them anything. How'd
Oh man.
that go? I tried to tell them that I'm
Oh
depressed
man.
and haven't really been feeling like myself lately. And what they say? They said I was ungrateful.
Damn.
That I had nothing to be depressed about because they've given me a good life. Parents, don't they know that's not how it works? Yeah, like, I'm 23. Me being depressed has nothing to do with them, but they always take it that way. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. At least you tried. I wouldn't even think about talking to my parents about that. Yeah, that's probably my last time too. Well, want to listen to some music? Yeah, that's chill. I'm not here to bash our parents or older people in general.
Okay.
I think many of them really do try their best to reach us, but they didn't have parents who even tried to do the same with them. They give you the tough love approach, not realizing that it's only making you feel even more alone. So I at least try
Oh man.
to give them grace in that area. It does suck though, because for many of us in Gen Z, identity is important. And when you're struggling, I think more than anything, you want to feel seen, like someone understands what you're going through. But sometimes it can be hard to even articulate what you're experiencing. A lot of people in our generation use humor and relatability to cope with their struggles. And I think that's a good thing. It at least gives us a way to talk about these things in a lighthearted way. When there's a roadhog in the lobby, I want a KMS too. But I do think that the normalization of talking about your mental health has also caused people to start glamorizing it too. You can be sad and tired
Right.
without actually being depressed. You can feel nervous talking to new people without having anxiety. And I'm not saying this to gatekeep mental health, but overusing these terms hasn't really normalized anything because the people who actually are suffering are still stigmatized. That girl who gets called weird because she avoids people and has trouble speaking, that guy people think is gross because his room's a mess and he has
I'm not gonna lie, you are gross as fuck. This nigga is basically like Asmongold, gang. Like, clean your shit up, bruh.
showered, that girl who's
What do
always
you mean?
getting so drunk she embarrasses herself, that guy that's blowing his money talking to sex workers on the internet. It's easy to laugh at these things when you aren't the one struggling. But
True.
these are some of the ways
True.
depression and anxiety actually show up, not to mention any kind of neurodivergence that might make some of the symptoms worse. But we still can't talk about them honestly, because the truth is that even for our generation, there is still a stigma around mental health. So the people struggling the most are still shamed into doing it in silence. But then we wonder why people don't say anything when they need help. I'm not trying to downplay anyone else's struggles either. Just because you don't have that experience doesn't mean you aren't also fighting your own battle. My point is that I think a lot of young people are struggling a lot more than they realize.
Yeah.
Oh, you're up early for once. Early? Nah, I haven't even slept yet. It's 6 a.m., bro.
Bruh. I
Yeah, I was up all night grinding ranked. What did you even do yesterday? Did you even leave your room? Well, I woke up at 6 a.m., p.m., of course. And then I doom scrolled for like 2 hours. Then I got up and ate a Pop-Tart, gooned. Then I took a nap, woke up, gooned again. Then I played rank for 6 hours, gooned one more time. And then I've been
God damn, man. Damn,
in a
man.
Discord call for the last few hours. Sheesh,
Okay.
dude. You know, I thought you said you were going to get up and start working out with me in the mornings. Oh, yeah. One of these days for sure. You keep saying that. Anyway, I gotta set my trash out. What? Since when did they start collecting trash on Saturdays? It's Tuesday, bro. Oh.
Nah, you're cooked, gang. Nah, you're cooked, bruh.
I
You're
guess the
cooked.
days are all kind of a blur lately. Past few months have been kind of a blur.
Yeah.
2026 is gonna be my year, bro. I'm finally gonna lock in.
Oh man, bruh. Here we go, bruh. This is gonna be my year if I just lock in, bruh. Gang, bro, just start today. Start right now, bro. You want to better your life? Start right now. You don't need approval from nobody to better your life. Just start today. You know what I'm saying? Start small and work your way up, bro. You don't gotta have everything figured out, bro. You're never gonna have it figured out. What the fuck just popped up on my
And
screen,
get
bro?
my life together. Sounds good, bro. Hey, you want to start working out with me in the mornings? Yeah, bro, let's do it. July already, huh? Depression isn't something anyone wants, but these
All
things
right.
form a cycle.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. There was a time period I was depressed. You know what I mean, bro? I don't know. How did I get over my like anxiety and depression? I think what helped me get over my anxiety and depression is understanding why things are the way that they are and just being more open-minded. Um and you know what I'm saying? And just I don't know, just not looking for approval from other people. Instead, just, I just, you know, I think I just started doing more. Like go for a walk, just start small, bruh. You know what I mean? If you can, I've been trying to go on walks, you know what I mean? Try to get like, 10,000 steps a day, you know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of my mental health issues went away is because I started YouTube. You know what I mean? It gave me purpose. It gave me a passion, and I enjoy doing this. And so I think that's what helped get rid of like that depression, that anxiety, because now I have something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? When I get home, like, yeah, I want to make a YouTube video. I want to record some videos. You know what I mean? That's what helped me. I would just say, just try to find some, even if it's like video games, just try to find something that, you know, try to find something to look forward to, like, what do you want in your life? What do you want to, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to like, m- you know, yeah, I mean, focus on the things that you can control, bruh, and just work on that,
And breaking that cycle takes a lot of strength on its own. It's not just
It's
laying
not
in bed
easy.
all day retweeting sad things, it's neglecting yourself, not
Right.
showering, not eating, failing to take care of yourself. A lot of times, it doesn't even feel like sadness. It doesn't really feel like anything. You end up going numb, and all the days just start running together. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. And the worst part is, depression comes with an unshakable feeling of guilt because you want to be better. You might tell yourself every night that tomorrow will be a
Tomorrow,
better
yeah.
day, just to find yourself laying there again with another day wasted. You feel terrible because you can't even get up and brush your teeth some days. And you look around at the people who care about you and just feel like you're letting them down too. It makes me sad when I see someone on the internet clearly fighting to take their life back, being met with hate. Because even when you're actively trying, there are people who will discredit you because they don't realize that you're at war with yourself, fighting a battle they can't see, because it's much easier to judge than it is to try to understand.
I think that's one thing that really helped me is stop giving a fuck about what other niggas think about you, right? Fuck what about all these people think about you? If they think you're gross, well, fuck them, bro. Who gives a fuck?
All right, I'm gonna finally start trying to get myself together. Let's start by throwing these away. Gotta start eating healthier.
Yeah, we gotta start out with that. There you go. Come on.
Okay, one more, then I'm done. Well, I guess it's bad to waste food anyway. Okay, I should probably clean my room. Easy enough. Just make the bed, pick up the trash, fold the laundry, clean off my desk, wash the clothes, vacuum the floor, dust the shelf, wipe the windows, empty the trash can, fix the bookshelf. Whoa, I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
Bruh. Come on, bro. Just do one thing. Just do one thing today. Just clean your desk. Just do one thing. Just do one thing.
I'll just give myself a little break and then get started.
Come on. No.
Damn it. Another day wasted. I've been trying for 2 weeks now to get it together and I just can't. Why can't I do it, man? Why am I so useless? I guess I'll just touch myself again. That always makes me feel better. Let's see.
Okay.
What video should I watch? Huh? Maybe I
Yes.
finally should hit the gym. I'll say yes. All right, just a quick sesh, then I'll go to sleep.
Bro's still gonna be awake, bruh. That nigga is slumped, bruh.
I knew he wasn't gonna get up. If you've ever struggled with your mental health, you probably know what it's like to feel all alone, even in a
Yeah.
room full of people. And that loneliness only makes breaking the cycle even harder. People look at you like you don't want better for yourself, when really there's nothing you want more. Because of this, a lot of people
That's really what it is. Like, what do you want? Like, what? Like, I think like that's what helped me is like finding like, cause ever since I started YouTube, I don't ever really get too sad or feel too sorry for myself. I think it's just because I finally find that like that purpose, like I have somewhat of a purpose, like like yeah, you know what I mean? Like just I find I have something that I do on the side that I enjoy. You know what I mean? That that not only I wouldn't say distracts me from what's going on in like the world, but like just well not really because I go on the internet and I mean I see a snuff film, you know what I'm saying, or some shit, might have Washington Post or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyways, gang, like I don't know. I don't know. I think just understanding, being more open minded, and understanding of things that going around the world and trying new things, but I don't know. It's just I don't know what started it though. Like what was that spark that was like, damn, like I want to do better in my life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's just what it is. Like I think I just that's what I would say. Like imagine like a part of your life where you have everything you could have ever wanted and then ask yourself what would that person do right now, you know what I mean? Like what would that person do right now, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
have gotten really good at masking, wearing a smile because it's too much trouble to get someone to understand. But sadly, we wear these masks so much that the people around us start to think the mask is who we really are. So when you finally take the mask off, no one recognizes the real you. Sometimes they even try to force you to put the mask back on, because without it, you're making them uncomfortable. We tell people it's okay to not be okay, but when people aren't okay, it's not okay. Gen Z seems to have an obsession with self-awareness, and it's good to be
Right.
self-aware. But I think this self-awareness
I think being too self-aware sometimes does more harm than good.
sometimes turns into self-consciousness. We want to identify with something, but then we end up boxing ourselves into that one thing. Even my own content feels like this sometimes, with people telling me that I didn't do enough to represent their experience through an anime PNG. I think being able to
Gang, motherfucker, you didn't do enough to explain, nigga. He doesn't fucking know you, gang. I think that's another problem. Is we need to be more perceptive. We need to view things through other people's eyes and understand that a lot of the problems that you're going through might be similar to other people, but it's not the same.
identify with something gives you a way to perceive
I don't know.
yourself from the outside. But in my experience, how you're viewed in the eyes of others doesn't matter. But for a long time, I didn't really know who I was because I only saw myself through how other people saw me. I cared about how everyone else saw me, but I didn't care.
See, that's what I said earlier. Like you have to stop caring about what other people think about you. And you start asking yourself, like, why do I care about how other people view me, bro? Why do I care, bro? Obviously, don't be an asshole and start fucking become a school shooter gang, but just why do I need approval from other people to want to do better in my life? You know what I'm saying? Is like a big thing, the only thing you need to improve that you should be worried about, like the only person you should be worried about when it comes to wanting to better your life is yourself, gang. Don't worry about what your family members think. Don't worry about what your friends think. Don't worry about what your partner thinks. You know what I mean? Whoever it is, bro.
What I thought of myself. And when I started trying to figure that out, some people acted like they didn't recognize me anymore. A few months ago, I talked about Superman and how he inspired hope in me and many others. But Superman isn't my favorite superhero. There's a saying, and it goes, with great power comes great.
Hey, Spider-Man. That's my favorite superhero, bro.
responsibility. No one really knows what it's like to be Spider-Man, and they likely never will. There are
Bruh.
people who consider him a hero, and there's others who want him gone. But I think Spider-Man has a type of strength that's very human. To want to quit and give it all up, but decide to keep going anyway. Because he knows that ultimately, he's the one with the power to show people who he really is. It's not too late. You're not running out of time. Life's
not.
too short to be mourning when you're just getting started. Would you rather be 25 starting all over or 65 wishing that you did? Comebacks don't happen overnight or even in just a few days. What matters is that you start showing up, not for other people, but for yourself. Because the only person who can save you is yourself.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop caring about what other people think about you, bro. You know? Who cares? If that person thinks you're weird, who cares? Now, sometimes, let's be honest, some of you niggas are weird. That is a fact, bro. And we gotta keep it real. But, like, you know what I mean? There's only so much you could do to help other people. You know what I mean? There's only so much someone can do to help you. You gotta want it for yourself. The only person that's stopping you from wanting to do and achieve the things and to make things happen in your life is yourself. That's it. Nobody else, bro. You know what I mean? Yes, people do have better circumstances than others. Yes, true. But we all have different cards that we all are dealt with, and we have to deal with things. We might have similar problems, but different issues. I don't know. Something like that.
Not out of time. There's never
You know what I
really
mean?
going to be a right time. What matters
Yeah,
is
there's
what
no-
you do right now. There's no time like the present. Today, you're as young as you'll ever be. Sometimes people say my commentary is very surface level, and I think you can spend all day thinking of something more profound than what I have to say in a YouTube video. But it doesn't matter what they think either, because I didn't start making videos because I wanted to be the most well-spoken YouTuber. Because you don't have to be the best at something for it to still be worth it. You can still be the person you needed, not just for others, but for yourself too. You have that power, and with great power comes great responsibility. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to follow.
Okay, bruh. We gonna end it right here, bruh. Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. You know, the one thing I would say that is fucking up a lot of people, Gen Z, and a lot of people in general, is our society and how the system is working. It's working against us, and a lot of people are kind of, you know, in that realization that, damn, like, the system really is against us, bro. Like, where do we start? What do we do to, like, make our world a better place? And you really just got to start with yourself. And that's it. You just got to start with you. You know, and then naturally the rest of the world will follow with it, bro. You know, the more people that understand, and the more people who understand, and like just the more people who wake up, the more people who, you know, are, you know, like when you see, you know, like when you just understand the world and how it is, you know, you know, it may seem like things are going against you, but like the only thing that can stop you is you. You know what I mean? That means that, you know what I mean, you can still do things, you know, maybe pick up the trash, you know, in the living room. You know, just start with one thing and work your way up. You know what I mean? You know, no, I don't know, bro. I'm yapping a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know what I mean? I think, you know, we can really make the world a better place, you know, but it starts with ourselves, you know. So I hope you have a good breakfast, a good dinner, a good night. I love y'all, man. Be safe. Peace.